For the first time when I came across the story of Queen Musa, I felt that I was dealing with a story that was created to fill the box office. But the more I delved into important sources, I realized that not only is this story true, but before that, even in the Achaemenid era, the same mistake about Bagoas, the eunuch of the Achaemenid court, was considered among the causes of the destruction of this dynasty. But the Queen Musa caused the Iranians' hatred towards the Romans to remain rooted and deep, and a golden opportunity for a lasting peace between the two empires was lost. This story has its roots in the glorious years of conquests of the Iranian army against Rome. The Battle of Carrhae, which led to the decisive destruction of the Roman army with the Parthian war tactics and led by Sohail the Great, brought the 7 Roman legions to Tisfin, the capital of Iran, and brought defeat and disgrace to the most powerful empire in Europe and North Africa. Years after this visible victory, Tiridates staged a coup against Phraates IV, and after a short period of reign, Phraates once again defeated him and he fled to Rome with one of Phraates IV's children. Negotiations for their recapture led to the release of the prisoners of Carrhae and the captives of the 7 Roman legions, which was the height of goodwill, and the Romans instead sent a beautiful maidservant named Musa to the Iranian court to show their goodwill. According to one historian, Emma Strugnall was originally a seasoned spy. In 20 BC, she stepped into the court of Phraates IV and was able to steal his heart with mastery and become one of the prominent women and finally became the Queen of Iran. A year later, in 19 BC, she gave birth to a son who was Farhadek or Phraates V. Then his conspiracies started against Farhad's other children, and with the same methods, a few years later, in 9 or 10 BC, he convinced Phraates that to get rid of them, his 4 sons, namely Behnam, Phraates, Rudasp and Saraspadon, should be sent to Roman court. After Phraates IV was left alone, he secretly poisoned and killed him and sat on the throne of Iran with his son. On the reverse of Farhadek's later coins, there is an image of his mother, Musa, with a circular inscription titled Heaven, which differs from the square inscriptions common on Parthian coins at the time, indicating that the two at least have been shared rulership.
Farhadek also gave his mother the title of Basilissa, Empress, which was used by the king's wife and other royal women during the Hellenistic era. On the coin left from that time, there is a picture of Farhadek, and on the back, there is a picture of an old woman who is the same as Queen Musa, Farhadek's mother. It didn't take long for the elders of Mahestan Assembly, the Imperial Assembly of Iran, to find out what disaster had fallen them. The Romans did whatever they wanted from all sides of Iran's borders, especially Armenia, and there was no sound from the court, and the warning cry of Mahestan was not important to the Iranian court. It happened that in the 4th year BC, an urgent meeting of Mahestan was held and those 2 who fled to Rome at night were removed from the throne. Certainly, Moza was able to escape and return to his country, but there are different opinions about whether Farhadek was able to escape or not. Some say that his death was ordered by Mestan. Although there is still a report of Musa's arrival in Rome as a conqueror's general, suddenly the fate of this woman is shrouded in uncertainty, as if it did not exist at all. She, who was originally the conqueror of the throne of Iran, should not be forgotten like this in the Roman documents, however. The Parthians did not forgive their enemies, and sometimes they found him and killed him, although there is no document available about this. Despite the confusion and shame surrounding her name in the history of Iran, she is one of the few women who was able to rule in Iran. The Romans may have enjoyed the works of Musa in Iran, but it can be said decisively that he destroyed the relations between Iran and Rome for many years, and the Iranians never forgot this arrogance of the Romans. From the point of view of the Parthians, the Romans responded with a cowardly trick to a war they had lost. And this problem destroyed all of Iran's orientation towards Greece and the West and leveled the popularity of the Hellenic Roman culture in Iran. The Mahistan Assembly, which was formed from the 7 Parthian families and their allies, and before that, had endured the suspicious death of Sauron, the commander of one of these families and the conqueror of the Battle of Karhai, by the conspiracy of the Parthian king, this time got angry against the Arsacid family, the ruler family. The assembly got angry and did not forgive them for this sin of tarnishing the reputation of the country, as if he decided to give another branch of this family a chance. A branch whose fruit was Artabanus IV, the notorious Arsacid king. After years, Mahistan finally made his historical decision and did not make anyone from the Parthian families king, and entrusted the kingdom to Ardashir I, a person from the Persian tribes, and made the 4 main families, including Karen and Sauron houses, responsible for the administration of the Sassanid court and affairs.